Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope. This one's for you, Leo, for October 2021. And as the month begins, you might be focusing on some important communications. Now, your efforts are going to be best spent clarifying current agreements and working on projects you've already started. And that's because Mercury will be retrograde until October 18th. So it's best to plan any important decisions, announcements, or negotiations for the second half of the month. We've got Mars moving through Libra all the way through the 30th, and that could inspire you to team up with some other people and maybe get involved in your community in some way, or maybe feel a part of a community if you've been feeling a bit isolated, which many people have gone through in the past year or so. Perhaps it's time to find some like-minded people. Now, there's a collaborative mood present, and that can really help determined groups finish what they've started. Now, although Leos are natural leaders, this is really more of the month to, I'd say, put on your team uniform and pitch in equally with others. Mars and Libra energy is very much about everyone participating kind of equally. Maybe someone has to be in charge, but they'll probably be right there with everyone else that they're in charge of, giving equal effort. That's how Mars and Libra works the best. Now, the new moon on October the 6th is at 13 degrees Libra, and this is a really good new moon for Leos to set intentions related to engaging in diplomatic communications, writing and editing, anything to do with teaching or learning, and anything that has to do with staying connected with your neighbors. You can see there's a strong theme: neighbors, community. It's time to maybe come out of isolation a bit and let people know who you are, find out how they're doing, this type of thing. It's a social energy, and this new moon can help you consider what you want to release from your life in order to make room for some new ventures and relationships. So there's a lot you can work with, even though it's a new moon during Mercury retrograde. Set those intentions, know that you can get started on them in the second part of the month, and it's still the most powerful time to set intentions, always on the new moon. Now, Venus is going to move into Sagittarius on October the 7th, and that could definitely spice up your love life. Venus in Sagittarius tends to bring out our flirty side and desire for some excitement. You might be feeling a little frisky because Sagittarius is a fire sign. This astrology will put a spring in Leo people's step, and others are going to be particularly drawn to your bold and fun-loving style. So again, Mercury's retrograde, not time for new relationship commitment, but there's no reason you can't go out, meet new people, have some fun, see how you feel after October 18th when Mercury stations direct. Now, if you have a really crucial life decision, big launch or announcement, something of this nature, you could consider waiting until November 6th, because that's when we clear what's known as the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. We get a shadow phase on either side of the actual retrograde dates. I see the first one is the warm-up, the second one is the cool down. So you can still kind of be moving forward during the shadow phase, but it's more of a yellow light type of energy. So keep that in mind. Most things you can slowly get going after October 18th, but if it's really big, life-changing decision, I personally would wait until after November 6th to feel as clear as possible. Now, we've got the full moon on October the 20th, and it's at 27 degrees of Aries. This is a fiery full moon, which works quite favorably for Leo people. If you were born on or around August 20th of any year, or let's say you have 27 degrees Leo rising, you're going to feel the most energized at this full moon. You could feel inspired about teaching or learning, And you're scheduled to receive some enlightening information that will probably give you some good reason to be optimistic about the new developments unfolding in your life. So get ready for a high energy full moon around that date. The sun is going to move into Scorpio on the 23rd, and that will turn your attention to home and family life. You might feel some challenges in your living situation or possibly with a relative. But the energy of the Scorpio sun will shine a light on problems that have been hidden in order to help you heal them. So there is a purpose. It's going to help you finally see something you hadn't been able to see potentially, and then make a plan to improve that situation. So I hope that you can make the most of October's energy. We'll get through those retrogrades, start to feel things pick up towards the end of the month. Be safe and be well.